Hello everybody, this is Ryan. Welcome back to another episode of Animal Crossing and Chill. It's Friday, August 21st, 2020, 5:16 a.m. And how the heck are you? Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a wonderful week so far. And first things first, let me stop this. Let me check the mail. Let me stop this beeping right now. All right, got some mail from Agent S, and then I bought a bunch of garden lanterns to put around my island today. So, I'm gonna be very curious to see where this episode goes. I honestly can't imagine it going longer than the usual 20 minutes. I'll make it go for as long as I can. I know that you guys like these kind of like unedited, daily chores and island designing videos and stuff like that. But I'll talk about why this video may or may not take as long or be as long as other videos, as well as kind of my thoughts for the future of this series. Which I know might sound scary, but just bear with me. First things first, I try to post one of these videos before the live streams on weekdays in particular, Tuesdays and Thursdays over on Twitch. But the design process in particular for this theme is taking so long that, you know, by the time the streams come around, unfortunately, there doesn't feel like there's a lot of progress made. And so I'm going to take you guys to the airport. For those of you that can't make the live streams, I'm going to take you guys to the airport. We're going to do a quick walk around of what the island currently looks like, and then we'll kind of go from there. So if you don't mind covering your eyes for a moment, let's head to the airport here. All right, keep those eyes covered. I'll let you know when we get there. And if they're not covered, how dare you ruin the surprise? Okay, we're at the airport. You can open your eyes now. All right, so I've been doing a lot of work on this island off stream and off video. First and foremost, let's just walk through it. So the island entrance that we have been building since, I believe, Monday's video is essentially unchanged. But as you can see, I've been doing a lot of filling out. Just a lot of, weeds, flowers, planting trees everywhere, and just putting little design paths, or rather patterns, on the floor. Just a bunch of rocks, different scattered flowers, things like that. This side isn't really actually, really done yet. I had a gigantic lake over here on the side. And I ended up taking that out, and I'll talk about that later on if I can remember. We have Leaf this morning. Coming back this way, I know that there's like that slow walk around that YouTubers do whenever they're doing island tours, and I'm doing it now. This part again essentially unchanged, but as you can see again, just more filling in, making it look more full. And we were finally able to move Pinky's house, so I know I want to do some, like, I don't know if I want to remake the tiki bar that I had on my last island, which didn't really, it didn't really come out really in its form, because I never really got any of the tiki bar stuff that I wanted, like the coconut drinks and stuff like that. But, I'll do some designing, and we'll see what I can come up with. I need more palm trees as well. But yeah, so we can work on the beach. Probably not in this video. But yeah, so we'll keep on going here. I finally got, let me tell you, the first thing I wanted to do when I made this new island was diagonal bridges. I really wanted diagonal bridges on my island, and the first two bridges that I have placed are both diagonal, and I love them so much. I think diagonal bridges just add so much depth to the island, especially because most everything, if not everything, has to be placed at straight 90-degree angles, either up and down or left and right. So having that little bit of variety in the bridges is really quite nice. Oh, balloon. I have this game that I do on stream that I'm not going to do here. Every time I see a balloon, I open up the Island Designer app and make a 1x1 watering hole and try to shoot the balloon into the hole. It's a pretty fun game. Maybe one day I'll make a montage of all the times I failed. And so the campsite area is, for me, it's kind of done right now. The campsite area is what I've been working on for the last 3 or 4 days, just trying to make everything look really, really nice. And this is, you know, even though it's kind of spoilery, I think this is going to be the thumbnail. Just this area right here in particular. Just because it really shows the progress that we've made in regards to where the island used to be versus where it is now. I mean, I talked about this on stream yesterday night. It is so significantly different in its aesthetic than the first iteration of my island. The first, you know, version of my island didn't really have a lot of there wasn't a lot of thought or care put into how it looked. Get out of here. There wasn't a lot of really care into how it looked. It was just kind of like, oh, that, you know, I'm just gonna put a mountain here, or I'm just gonna put a fruit orchard here, and things like that. And now, you know, with this being actually me designing it, I'm very proud of how it's looking so far. And then I decided I wanted the houses to be more of a scattered, kind of a scattered layout instead of neighborhoods. And so this is going to be a house. So I get a lot of questions about like what on earth these tiles are. And so these tiles are used for me as a representation of where something is going to go building-wise. Now, I know that this is like a waste of a design space because you can essentially just use a path to map that out. But I don't know. There's something like, for me, there's something appealing visually about being able to see an actual outline of where a building is going to go. And to be honest, I only have, you know, I still have 6 design slots left to go. So it's not like I'm hurting for design slots at this point. And honestly, I'm finally getting to the point where I'm running out of space. I've never run out of design slot space before, and I don't know who I have to talk to get more, but I would pay X amount of money to get more design slots at this point, which I know you can all share that sentiment. And then, so this museum, the museum is not going to be here. I've decided that I don't want the museum here. I kind of want the museum to be more in an open area where I can put down things like more rivers and waterfalls and stuff like that. And so having it this close to the beach, I feel like I'm kind of like, I can't really do anything on this side in particular. Sure, I could put a cliff here, but it would be like maybe, you know, 2 or 3 tiles wide. So I'm moving the museum, which for now is just going to be a temporary move. This is going to be an incline. I do still want inclines on my island. It does still feel very flat at this point. And so I want at least, you know, a few inclines scattered about, and maybe I'll put a house like right over here. I think that'll definitely be what I do. And yeah, so that is pretty much kind of like what we've got going on here. And so, you know, I'm going to keep on kind of like doing that while also talking about this process and my thoughts on it and stuff like that. And, you know, kind of things that I've said in the past that definitely aren't happening right now, at least for me. And hopefully you guys understand. So first things first, let's move the museum. That way I can start working on that. So, number 1. Am I going to be time traveling to move buildings? On the stream yesterday, the museum was really hampering my ability to design in that space, in particular because of the fact that... Uh-oh. Was that Peaky thinking? Was I seeing things? Oh, okay, no, I was not seeing things, but she wants to give me an unfinished puzzle. I don't... Why would I buy an unfinished puzzle, Pinky? I just realized how silly of a question that is. People go to the store and buy unfinished puzzles all the time. You'll have to forgive me, it's like 5:26 in the morning. Anyways, so... What the heck was I talking about? Oh, right, so time traveling to move buildings. Yes, I will still time travel to move buildings. I'm probably honestly going to do that today. Not in this video in particular. But I definitely am going to be time traveling to move stuff around because, you know, the biggest thing for me is like, I don't want to force myself to start designing a section of the island if I'm not ready. And right now, I'm in the, I guess, either in the zone or in the groove of designing this particular part of the island. And I want that to kind of like, I basically want to expand on what I'm currently working on rather than try to work on 2 separate areas. And then when they finally meet, like at a certain section on the island, not really know what to do with them. So I think as I expand kind of like clockwise from the bottom left, I think that'll be the best way to do it. And so, you know, after this video is over, depending on how much I do in this video in particular, I'm probably going to time travel to move the museum. That way I can go ahead and keep on with the design process. And make sure that, you know, there's actually progress made on this island before the next video. And that kind of brings us to the next topic. When I made that video of the new island, either on, I think it was last week, and then this week again, you know, I talked about the fact that flattening the whole island and stuff like that would help in the future for things like more videos and stuff like that. And it's been, you know, it's been 4 days since I've posted the other video, either 4 or 5. And I know that might not seem like a very long time, but for me, it feels kind of like I'm doing a disservice to you guys by announcing that I'll be posting more videos, and then it's been taking so long. But the reason for that, honestly, is that even though you guys want to see the design process, and even though you guys want to see all this stuff happening, right? I think you guys would have been very interested to see, like, my thoughts during this entire thing, and why I put stuff where and stuff like that. Designing everything, even just as is right now, took a lot of hours. You know, even though it's only one section of the island. I mean, what? This is only the bottom left-hand section, and there's, like, still all these gigantic plots of land I need to work with here. Even though I know you guys really, really wanted to see that process, what I realized was that, you know, this process of trying to make it look pretty and stuff like that, it is very tedious. And I'm not saying it's tedious as a complaint, like for me. I'm saying it's tedious because of the fact that there isn't a lot of progress that is made within 30 minutes. And I know that, you know, these videos are generally only 30 minutes long. But there's a lot of going back and forth between the space that I'm working at as well as my home. And it's a lot of putting stuff down. I don't really like that. Put more stuff down. You know what? I do like that, but I think I need to add more stuff. And, you know, for me, I don't know how other people design their islands, especially for those that are going for more of this, like, cottagecore kind of theme. But for me, it really helps me figure out whether or not an area is working by designing it while I'm working on it at the same time. So what I could do, you know, and this was my thought in the beginning, what I could have done, and I'm gonna change could do to could have done, because if I say could do, then I still open it up as a possibility, which at this point I don't think it is I could literally just start terraforming around and putting patterns where I want them to go. Like, here's where I want the path to go. I want it to kind of weave around this way and go that way and this way, and now I'm doing, like, this weird, like, training exercise in between these trees here. But then it really, for me, doesn't... I don't know what to do with that particular area. And what I didn't want to do was I didn't want to start terraforming and designing everything all over the place and then not have any idea how to design it, or start to design it and then realize that I didn't make enough room for X, Y, or Z. So as I'm terraforming and as I'm doing this, I am designing along the way. So for example, when I got to this part here, you know, I was terraforming, I was putting benches down, I was removing benches, changing colors, I was putting these stone paths down and stuff like that. I wasn't just like, I didn't just get here and then path this way and then path that way and then come back to this. I design a spot as I'm terraforming it. And this is a pretty long and arduous process. Even though, you know, this might look like I had it all mapped out in my head, I really did not. I really didn't. And that's kind of how I like doing it. I kind of like just having the island form around me, and then I just start refining it. So that's kind of what's been going on, and that's, you know, that's kind of why I'm actually going to put another rock pattern here. That's kind of why I'm not doing these videos every single day. I know that, you know, like I said, there are a lot of people who want daily videos like this, but unfortunately, it's just, for me, it just can't work because of my my current design practice. And like I said, maybe I'm not the only one. Maybe that's how other people generally design things as well. But for me, that's how I'm doing it, and it's taking so long to get one particular process done that in a 30-minute video, I just don't think there would be a lot happening in it that would be interesting enough for you guys. And so, at this point, really, I'm only going to do these types of videos whenever at least I have a lot of progress made, which means that these videos might be relegated to maybe 2 times a week, tops. Oops. When I started this series a long time ago, I already had a good portion of the terraforming and stuff done that I really wanted to do. And so when I started this series, it was more like I can go back and see the original series. It was like, let's add things like a farmer market. Let's turn my current house into a mansion and stuff like that. But none of those videos really took care of like the terraforming part and how I got to where I got to. And that's because it took so long. That's because it took so long to get to where it was in that regard that I just was like, man. When I started to do this and started to record these videos, for me, it felt like there wasn't a lot of substance there. And so that's why these videos are going to be, unfortunately, probably a few days in between them, maybe 3 to 4 days in between, if anything, because I want there to at least be some progress when these videos get posted, and I want there to be some sort of substance in the stuff that I talk about. Otherwise, it would be like a 30 to 40 minute video of me just designing and then tearing stuff down and going back and forth and stuff like that. So, for those that were really looking forward to daily videos and stuff like that for this whole process, I do apologize. Maybe that will change in the future. As we start to finish out the island and I guess kind of flesh it out more, maybe I'll do some, just straight up designing videos like this. But that's kind of the reason why these videos, in regards to their quantity, are not going to be as much as I thought they were going to. But that's pretty much all I have to say about that. I apologize for the ramble and the rant. I know that, for those that are big longtime fans of the series, I know that that's what you guys are here for anyway, but yeah, I just thought I owed it to you guys as some sort of explanation as to why what's happening with these videos is happening the way that it is, and I hope that's okay. Either way, let's do some designing here. Let's do some thoughts on designing here, and who knows, maybe just doing this will help out my my thought process. So. Waterfalls are like a band-aid to me. Waterfalls are just one of those things, I just feel like just add it on and it'll make everything look right. If you don't know what to do with the space, I know that it's I think it's like a meme at this point. If you don't know what to do with the space, legitimately just put a waterfall there and it makes everything better. All right. So I think I want to connect these up as well. I don't think I want to make them too wide. And by too wide, I mean 2 tiles wide. But I also don't want to not plant stuff here. So I know first things first, I'm going to put down a couple of these patterns here. And then I'll put some flowers here. Actually, I can hop over. I can hop over at least at some point and then do it that way. Okay. A lot of people ask me why I use the Island Designer app or not the Island Designer app, the Custom Designs app to place stuff down, instead of using, this custom design thing. And I hope what I showed you why I do that. It's just for me so much faster to do it that way. And I actually explained this in the last video as well, so I'm not going to explain it again. But yeah, I still do get that question quite often. So I just wanted to let you guys know that it's easier for me to swap, especially when you're going to be swapping between a ton of different things, to do it that way instead of constantly having to hit start and then, swap to another design pattern and stuff like that. So that's why we do it that way. So... Oh, right. Okay, before I forget, I'm usually really good at forgetting things that I say I'm going to talk about in the beginning of the videos, and then And now here we are. All right, so the lake on the bottom right-hand section. So the reason why I took away that lake was because it just, I don't know, everything here is with such minute details and stuff like that. I think that's how I want to describe it. That having a gigantic lake at a certain part of the island just felt really out of place. And again, this is one of those things where the reason it felt out of place was because of the fact that I didn't really know what to do with it. So it just looked like a gigantic lake with nothing. And then if you look at the, you know, the left-hand side of my island, it's you know, got all these different, like, waterfalls and rivers and stuff like that. And I just felt like the river right now didn't fit aesthetically. And maybe for me, seeing it on the island would actually be worse for me overall. So that's why we took it away. You know, maybe I could put an incline here. Like, maybe this is where this meets. Like, right up here like this. And then I can keep the incline going all the way to the back of the island. I think that's what I want to do. Yeah, I know that, like, there's going to be 2 inclines here then. So maybe not. And see, this is why the design process for me, like, that thought itself would probably take up 30 to 45 minutes. So maybe I don't put an incline here. Maybe, if anything, I keep expanding back this way, and then I could have an incline going up this way. I know for a fact I kind of want a bridge that goes over to this middle section. So I know, okay, so what I do know is that I want this to start becoming the start of the second level. So let's go ahead and start doing this around the museum here. Also, not to mention that this process, the terraforming process, takes so long as well. Okay. Maybe I should expand this out? No? I don't want to keep that right there. I do like how this looks. So maybe I don't want to keep... Well, no, I can put stuff here. I think it'll be fine if I put stuff here. Do I have any items on me that I can put here? Maybe like a... Oh, that's right, garden lanterns. I pulled those out so I can start putting them around the island. Okay. So let's put one... There's no light here. Oh, there's a street lamp there. I kind of want to put let's put a garden lantern right here and see how that looks. Feels a bit out of place at the moment. We'll keep it there for now. I know I wanted to put one down here, at least in the campsite area. Actually, oh, there's one already over there. I guess it wouldn't hurt to put one more maybe somewhere. Let me see. Can I put something somewhere? It'd have to go... I would want to put it, like, on these rock sections, if anything. I like it when garden lanterns are, like, on stuff. Or maybe over here in the corner. Let's see. No. Doesn't really add to the natural look of the campsite. I kind of like it off to the side here, like, at the entranceway, now that I'm looking at it. I know that down here that goes to the beach in front of the, or near the Resident Services Center. I know that this is a particular place I want to put lanterns. Like, see that right there looks... That I had no ill feelings about the moment I placed it down. Whereas at the campsite I did. And so I want to put one here as well, especially if it's on one of these bigger rocks like that. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. Now I could make the argument to remove this street lamp here and move the garden lantern there. But I do kind of like street lamps, like just one street lamp illuminating, you know, major sections and stuff like that. It's almost like guiding, except for this one right here. This one doesn't guide you anywhere. It's just it's either a guide or it's either used to indicate like the end of a section or something like that. But I don't now know if you can see too many not garden lanterns, street lamps in this particular shot. That's another thing that I'm doing as well. So you'll notice that on the custom designs, I only have 3 different rock patterns saved. What I didn't want to do was I didn't want to fill up a particular shot, and I mean like a particular view of my island with too many of the same pattern. So for example, if you're standing right here, you can already see like too many of like, well, not too many, but there's a duplicate of that pattern here, here, and then that one there and there. I wanted to try and separate them as much as possible. So like in this shot here, for example, right, you'll see that I have all 3 different types of rocks. None are the same. And so I was very... This is part of the design process that I know that for a lot of people would get very boring. I'm being very precise with even stuff like that, which I know might seem crazy to some people, but... so this right here, like, this doesn't bother me as much because it's kind of like visually separated by this tree. You can see that this rock here is the same as this rock down here in the bottom left-hand corner. So it's stuff like that in the design process that takes a very long time for me to figure out and make what I think looks correct. Okay, you can't really see any lights this way, so let's put a garden lantern down here on this rock, kind of under the tree. No, you do see too many garden lanterns in that one particular area. Let's see. Up here's a good spot, right near this lake. Well, I could either put it there or over here under the tree. I think if you're going for a top-down view to see everything, I think it would look better kind of up in the, like out in the open like that. So I think we'll leave it right there. So here's where another house is going to be. I already have a candle here illuminating that part right there, so maybe not over here. This is where a house is going to go. And there's currently, well, there's just that one street lamp up here, but I don't even know if I like that really. There's going to be this incline here, but it's already illuminated by, well, illuminated. You know they don't really provide a lot of light. It's already kind of illuminated by those 2 street lamps there, so I have 1 garden lantern left to put down. And actually, now that that one's there, I kind of like it. Maybe I'll save this one. But I know for a fact... Let me see. I haven't really opened this app a lot as well whenever we do these videos. I think just to save myself the trouble, just because I know for a fact I could probably do a lot with garden lanterns. I wish you could just filter by stuff that you can't buy. Like, seriously. Like, I hate... Not for sale, not for sale. Okay, I understand that. Why is it here then? Like, I get maybe, like, it's even just, like, showing you exactly what you have. Like, if you, in case you're keeping track of, like, inventory and stuff like that. But for me, it's just so much more annoying and tedious to do it this way. To have to see all that stuff. Alright, so we'll buy 5 garden lanterns. We'll buy 5 garden lanterns, and, you know what? I think we'll call that a video right there. It's been 28 minutes, so we actually ended up making the usual time for these videos. And see, this is kind of what I'm talking about here. So we didn't make a lot of progress. Let's run through what we did exactly. We placed down 4 garden lanterns, and then we started terraforming this section right here to make 2 waterfalls, and that was pretty much it. So I hope that kind of shows you guys why I'm not going to be making these videos daily. You know, I do still have some ideas for other videos that I might make later on, and whenever that happens, you know, I'll let you guys know. Actually, I'm gonna sit over here on this little stool. I think it actually shows a better view kind of what's going on here. Oh, but then the table disappears. Oh well. So yeah, I am still going to post, you know, as often as I can with this particular series in particular. Wow. And who knows, maybe that will change in the future. Maybe as my design process gets a little bit more refined and quicker, maybe these videos can come out a little bit more often. But I just wanted to give you guys like a quick glimpse as to not only what I was working on, so if anything, you can expect these to be at least like update videos on how things are going. That way a significant amount has changed since the last video, that it's not like you're just like waiting and seeing what's happening. And so yeah, I wanted to give you guys a quick glimpse as to what I was doing, And I felt like there was enough progress made that this would be a good video for me to kind of talk about what's been going on with this series and what will happen with this series. And I hope that that's okay. I hope that, you know, I don't want to like spam you guys with videos either. And so I hope that the one video every few days, you know, it keeps you interested enough, essentially. Otherwise, that's pretty much it. Don't really know what else to talk about really in this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed seeing how the new island has been coming along. I'm really enjoying it, and I'm really enjoying the process of getting everything, you know, moved around and working on the whole island and stuff like that. So I'll still be doing more of that stuff off stream. And, you know, I do still do design streams. We actually did one last night, kind of. So if you ever want to at least see what's going on or what's happening, you know, and without waiting for one of these videos, go give me a follow over on Twitch. Link in the description down below. I currently stream every Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And we could also get some input from you guys in regards to what you think would look good on the island. So I really love hearing your guys' opinions. And a lot of what we have on the island, or rather, not a lot, but some of the stuff we have on the island is from recommendations. So, you know, we'd love to see you there. We'd love to hear what you guys think. All right, guys, that'll do it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate it very much. As always, if you enjoyed the video, want to see more videos like this, be sure to hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and turn notifications on. That way you can be updated and notified when videos like this are posted in the future. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate it very much. Have a great rest of your week. And until next time, have a good one. See you later.